They made an influential list, and some people are pissed. Yeah, Fox News crushed another year-end list, blowing away the competition in 2021. Mediaite has released their annual list of most influential in news media, and shockingly, I was snubbed yet again. I'm still holding out for hottest under 30. But there's still a few great picks. From 15 to 11, here goes. Don Lemon. Okay, not off to a great start. Peter Ducey. Better. Boom. And at number 13, Joy Reid. What? Yes, she influenced people to change the channel. Then Greg Gutfeld. Now we're talking. And then, after Greg, Rachel Maddow. Now, right off the bat, you're probably thinking two things. Ducey should have been higher on the list just based on his awesome hair. And also, how is Greg only one spot higher than Joy Reid? I guess she probably got support from the Russian judges. Yeah. In fact, that's why Greg's not here tonight. He was so blown away by the fact that he wasn't higher on the list, he couldn't do the show. Thoughts and prayers to Greg and to that coffee table he broke with his forehead. Okay, next 5. At number 10, you've got Jonathan Call from ABC. He probably got some votes that were meant for Carl Jonathan. Then Matt Drudge, a man best known for running a website and wearing silly hats. And at number 8, it's Sean Hannity. Can't argue with that. I can't, or he'll put me in a headlock. George Stephanopoulos, also from ABC. And at 6, Oprah Winfrey. Never heard of her. And here's the top 5. CNN chief international correspondent Clarissa Ward. She was on the ground in Afghanistan for her coverage during the withdrawal of U.S. troops. Incredibly, Biden didn't leave her behind. CNN boss Jeff Zucker, whose hand must hurt from all the pink slips he's been signing. And then comes the real heavy hitters. Fox News Media CEO Suzanne Scott.
Boom.
No jokes there, at least until she signs my performance review. Then, podcast king Joe Rogan. All that horse medicine is paying off. And at number 1, Tucker Carlson. How is a Gutfeld guest more influential than the host? As you probably realize, this influential list is dominated by Fox, as it should be, because we mopped the floor with all those other places. This is probably where the huge audience would have been coming in handy, clapping, cheering. Right. Okay. Still, I did feel like they may have left a few notable, influential personalities off the list. Jimmy Fallon, for example, for his outfits alone.
Thank you.
Here he is. Earlier in this year, in one notable performance, obviously, he purchased the George Hamilton starter kit.
Yo, I actually look like a blow-up doll. Look at
him. Jimmy looks like he was trying to deep fry a turkey and fell in the fryer.
I love it.
You know, when you toast s'mores, Jimmy, you don't hold them with your teeth. I think his skin is darker than Jimmy Kimmel playing Karl Malone. All right. Jimmy, what about this list? I know you wish you were on it.
Stop it.
But it's. I love the fact that, I mean, the real kicker is you got Rogan and you've got Tucker. These are the two guys who they go against the narrative, and that's why they're the most influential.
No question there. Like, you can't argue with that. And they have the numbers to back them up. Everybody after that, with the exception of Suzanne and Greg, and I'll get to Greg in a minute too, everybody after that really doesn't have much of an audience. That's what I was so fascinated by.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, they basically threw all these CNN people on there. There are more CNN people on the list than there are people watching CNN right now. It's bizarre. I was like, what kind of payola went into this list? But make no mistake about it, for real. Greg should be right next to Tucker and Suzanne. The guy actually saved late night comedy. For whatever people think, if you're watching this because you hate watch Fox and this is cheaper than going to the dominatrix because we'll call your side a few names along the way. He's the only one doing a late-night comedy show that anybody laughs at anymore. Everybody else is doing a partisan lecture disguised as comedy. You know, and Jimmy Fallon is in a perpetual hostage situation, as you know. He's funny, but they're not letting him do comedy more often than not because he's got to cater to that activist side of the left. You know, Seth Meyers is just a pandering beta. And Stephen
Jimmy,
Colbert.
you don't have to go through these.
No,
Our audience
but I
doesn't
do.
know who these people are.
But it's just, yes, they do.
They don't know any of
No,
them.
and Colbert is to comedy as OJ is to marriage jokes. Like, he kills, but not in a good way.
I get it. I know. All right, Katie. It is so true. They are influential only because they're basically destroying people's faith in media, right? So maybe Zucker has influence.
Yeah.
It's just in the weird direction.
Absolutely, because people are looking for something that's not like tattletaling. So I don't think you get to go on the list like all the people on CNN if all you do is talk about Fox News all day.
Yeah.
That's not an influential position to be in. It's just to kind of whine about what Fox News is doing, what they're covering. That's what a lot of people on CNN are on the list for. But I'm upset that you took my line because I was going to talk about Jimmy's outfit. There should be an influential list about attire.
Thank you.
Television.
And most people
you would
like
be
it.
The king.
I would
the
be
king.
up there. I do look like the lead singer of a boy band called In Rehab.
Yeah.
But it worked. I stand by the purchase.
But yeah, better be so.
We're both killing it. You'll park the car, I'll check the air in your tires.
Dagan, Fox is deserving of all these accolades, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
But we are, as a network.
Yeah, that's true.
Deserving. You know who isn't? Number 4, Jeff Zucker.
Yeah.
He runs a network that on any given night doesn't have a show in the top 30 of shows on cable news. But I generally hate lists because the only list I'd ever make is like most likely to get in a fight on a bus.
It's very easy to do these days. Schlapp, say something else good about this show or Fox.
I think, I think you're being a little hard on yourself. I think you're helping bring back the laughs to late night.
It's so
comedy, too.
true.
And I don't understand why some of these late night comics aren't on there as news personalities, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
They essentially are reporting the news from their own slant. And I also think the other thing about Fox, which is this, CNN, and I've done a lot of it, is so hate-filled and so focused on starting race riots and race wars across the country. One of the things Fox gets a great reprieve for is just allowing people to calm down and watch The Five or watch something, get some news, enjoy themselves. And
Have
I
a
think
good
that's
time.
needed.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.